Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and I would not be the filmmaker I am today, barely respected with no hits to my name, were it not for the wonderful world of Disney. We all love Disney, man. Whether it's the movies, the parks, the Marvel movies, what have you, man. Disney is in our DNA. And you know whose DNA it's really in? The Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. You want to go Disney hard? Never Disney soft. That's the show for you. Magic Our Way podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's all the Disney. You looking for a little D or the big D? Magic Our Way's got it for you.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for this show. We present another Magical A-Musings show. This time we discuss our 3 must-dos in Epcot over there at Walt Disney World. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast.
That's right, Kevin. We're here to do our must-dos, and that's drink and talk Disney.
That's right. You should be used to it by now because we've done this over 400 times, so be good with it.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Lee.
So guys, look, enough of our jibber-jabber. Let's go discuss some amusing magic. And here we are in another Magical Amusing segment. And this is a segment in which we all think about things that make us go,
Thank you, Arsenio.
Yes, yeah. A tribute to Arsenio. You know, I used to watch that show all the time. The dog pound, yeah, right there in the house. But for this one, as I mentioned in the intro, we are discussing our 3 must-dos in Epcot. Or Epcot Center, depending on what you want to refer to. It doesn't really matter. But Epcot. Over there at Walt Disney World with a big ball, everything else, World Showcase, Future World, I don't know what it is going to be now. But anyway, you got areas and stuff.
Construction land
At the moment. Yes, where Space 220 is. But these are our 3 absolute must-dos that we have to do over there in Epcot.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but isn't the idea here that even if something that we're going to name is currently closed because of COVID or refurb, or whatever they're doing, we're looking at things as though they will be open. Like,
exactly, yes. That is correct.
More like, not so much like taking into account things that haven't opened yet, like Moana or Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that, but things that likely might have been closed but have reopened since or will be reopening soon or that kind of thing.
There's a high confidence that it will return. That is correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
I would agree with that for sure.
So we can continue the tradition of doing that particular thing.
Right.
All right. So Lee started off the last one where we did the Magic Kingdom. So make sure you go over there and check it out. Our three must-dos in the Magic Kingdom. Should Lee start off first, or do somebody else want to start off with this
Why
one?
don't we just rotate?
Okay.
Let's rotate.
All right. Well, I'll start.
Eli.
I'll start this one.
Eli,
you want to start?
Is he starting? You want me to start? I'll start.
Well, you were chosen.
That was chosen.
You're the chosen one.
I feel like Saturday Night Live. Me,
Many
you,
have picked you were chosen. What?
Well, you were second last time, so go first this time.
All right, that makes sense. Go
That's
ahead.
fine. E for Epcot. I'll take that.
E for Epcot.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
You the man. You deserve this then.
Right.
You go for it. What is your first must-do in Epcot, sir?
Again, these things they're weird to me because I just do things. But if something calls me and says you got to stop here, then I'm like, bam, that makes the list. And for the most part, I'm going to start with this. Whenever we have food and wine, that festival happens, I stop in Germany. And
Germany, yeah.
Yes.
Willkommen.
See, no, that's not German at all, is it?
Mein Herr, willkommen, mein Herr.
Verhamen and all that.
I'm playing in production at Cabaret.
Yeah.
That's all the German I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, take this with the Farfignugan. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just saying, I'm over here and I can see Kevin tapping his foot under the table towards you.
Oh, mein Herr. Mein Herr.
Mein Kampf. Okay, so the reason why I like it is that we've had good memories there. I mean,
Good memory.
We hung out with the chief there and Rob at one time, and like I remember we spent a good amount of time in Germany. I think that's where the origin of that opinion started. But believe it or not, I like it when they have it's a whole show right there, right? They sing in there. You can go ahead and get the bitter beer, right? Like that whole you
get
different
the boot.
taste. Yeah. So that's it. If you give it a chance,
The wine cellar?
yeah. I mean, well, it's a stop if you want to make it a stop. I get it at Food and Wine. There's a lot of places you could hit, but it's usually been for me. Once we get to Germany, everybody's having a stop and the taste of the German day life.
I can tell you, that is a must stop for me and my wife. When we go there, we sample wines, we have the little cheeses and whatnot to go along with it, and have a great time.
Yeah. It's almost a shame that we don't have a standing awesome German restaurant in this city, in New Orleans. We have the Deutsch.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a German restaurant?
Bratshaw.
Oh, well.
And Deutsches Haus.
Well, Deutsches Haus, yeah, that's more of a culture center, and then if you're lucky, you get to eat there, right?
Well, no, not if you're lucky. You can go eat there every day of the week
day.
if you wanted to.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
He's right.
I go over there quite often.
But you're members, though. Do you have to be a member of it?
No.
Oh, well, damn.
I mean, it helps if you know Danny to just go and hang out with him because, they show up and like, hey, we like him. Let's just give them everything. And
We
it's
were
pretty
going
awesome.
so much. That's why we got the membership. My wife's German, obviously. But, I mean, we were going so much that's why we ended up getting the...
You had a private room one time
yeah, the members-only room, yeah.
to watch.
We were in the members-only room where they had your own little personal spots for your steins.
Yeah.
We were in that
man.
long before
Yeah, I mean,
we were members.
I love German food. Like one of my fondest memories of German food is this place in Chicago called the Berghoff, which is no longer there.
Oh, wow.
But it's aptly called the Berghoff. Yeah, and it's an amazing restaurant over there in Chicago, and I just absolutely love it. And that's the last time I was able to find it. But other than that, it's the Deutsches Haus Oktoberfest is when I get that food, and I just enjoy that food.
Yeah, I mean, I dig the culture, and I dig, they put on the show as a presentation. I mean, they got the German. Usually the times I've been there, they got the German Dolly Parton lady singing. So there's a whole
The German Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jolene.
Dolly Parton Seenspeicher.
Yeah.
Crazy, he's going Jolene. I'm thinking Alan's in the stream. He said that's better. Jolene, I like that.
No, I'll go with you, Eli. I mean, they had that shop with all the Hummels, which is very famous.
Yes.
It's absolutely gorgeous restaurant.
Yes.
Not restaurant, sorry.
It's
Shop.
a shop.
It's
Shop,
beautiful. Yeah, you get all those little Hummel figurines. Beautiful. And the Christmas tree stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the little
pickle.
The pickle,
Christmas-
let's get the pickle.
It's all that. It's an experience.
It's a great store.
My
really
wife's family is completely German, and so her grandmother collects Hummels.
Oh,
And so that's the first time I learned about Hummels was just visiting over there. And the pickle and the Christmas tree, all that.
Yeah.
I'd known about it, not because of Epcot, but it kind of reinforced that. We would go there, and she would always get her that special German candy that they have over there. I can't remember what they call it, but
it was awesome though.
yes, everything they have over there is awesome. So no, Germany is a must stop on the pavilion tour.
Yeah, Germany's great.
Yeah.
True.
So just kind of go along with it if I could. So we're talking about kind of shops and the whole little thing. I can tell you one must do in Epcot for us. And it's just, I don't even think about it. I just do it because when I'm there. It's the Mitsukoshi department store in Japan. I don't know why, but there's just so much different things in that department. It's truly a department store. You have different areas. You got the people with the oyster and the pearl and see you snooky. You got all the different manga stuff. You got all the awesome sushi stuff in the back that you can get if you want to get your own chopsticks rest, your sake sets. You can get your geisha outfits.
The oysters?
The oysters, yeah. There's so much stuff in the store. Yeah. Even on a hot day, it's just great to duck in there, but there's just so much cool, unique stuff to look at Mitsukoshi that even with my family or even by myself or even with you guys, I just always pop in there. Even if I don't have a restaurant reservation or anything else, I pop into Mitsukoshi it's just an awesome store.
Yeah, to piggyback on what you're saying, that's later down on my list, but yeah, it definitely is on my list. And I didn't list it at Mitsukoshi because I kind of listed it more as the sake bar.
Oh yeah,
Because they do sake bar tastings in the back over there. Now I don't know if it's returned since COVID, but they used to do it. And I know there's I think it's called the Garden House that's outside of it where they do sake. And then you can actually get hot sake. Because I remember like on many a times, because normally when we go, we never go during the summer. We always go during the fall.
You talking about that little hut right outside of Katsura Grill and where the drummers play?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Where you can get their version of a snowball. Is that what you're? No, I'm thinking something different. I'm sorry.
No, you're talking about
I know what you're talking about.
It could be.
It could be the same one and the same. Yeah.
But I think that's where I'm thinking of. It's not too far away. Like, it's not where you go up there where it's like a counter service meal.
Right.
It's down below.
Down below. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, just that whole pavilion, though, I would put as a must-do. Not just for Mitsukoshi, for all the reasons that you described. Not just for the sake bar, but for the koi ponds that you get to pass by. See that is just beautiful. The drummers, as you put it, Tepanito is so good.
Dude, that's Matsuritsa, and you hear them from across the way, so it just kind of draws you. No, I totally agree, Danny.
Yeah, skip me because I'm piggybacking on what you piggybacking on what you just piggybacking on. But yes, the drummers,
dude said next to the other dude
saying what I was about to say to y'all dudes.
Right.
But yes, the drummers, that's a very mesmerizing one for me, and that's probably because working on the geisha stuff, that was inspiring to see, like just the whole area that they have there. So yeah, that was actually on my list coming forward. So just skip me.
Yeah, no. But kind of like what you did with like when Kevin brought Mitsukoshi, I kind of did like what you did. I'm like, yeah, give me that and give me the whole freaking Japan pavilion.
Yes.
While we're at it, because it's such a great. I mean,
Mount Fuji included.
If they just had an attraction back there, my God,
you're right.
I wouldn't leave. But yeah, no, that is a perfect, especially when it's cold out. And because if you do the sake bar tastings, they don't do hot sake. The only time you get hot sake because it's considered the lower class sake. Well, unless you're sitting at the restaurants, you can do that. And I'm not even mentioning the new grill, the Katsura. Was it?
Yeah.
What's the name of the grill?
Katsura Grill's been there.
I can't remember either. But I mean, did it even open up?
It was a newer one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's on the second floor. Yeah. What is it?
No, I thought it was on the first floor.
Oh, is it on the first floor?
Kumitai.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. That's where John Claude Van Damme punched the sumo dude in the nuts.
No, Eli,
that's all great. They got a great song.
That's Kumite. That's Kumite.
What?
Kumite.
That's
Thailand.
That's
Is that
Thailand.
where you eat at?
That's Thailand. That's a different country.
Kumite.
Yeah.
What's the place?
You say Kumite, I say Kumitai, potato.
Yeah,
tomato.
Kubasai. Okay. Where's the place again? What's it?
But I haven't even tried this place yet, and I don't even know it's open. Is it?
I really think, and I need to actually research this, but did it ever even open? Because it was set to open, but then COVID happened, and it's definitely closed right now.
It was open at one point because I couldn't get reservations to it. I tried it.
Right, but it just opened though, like right before COVID, it just opened.
Oh, interesting.
It was a really top-notch restaurant, and I couldn't wait to try it, but it was very expensive.
Well, I'm putting on my must-do list now.
Yeah, and so that was like just another thing about Japan where I just wanted every place I've ever eaten at over there is good. I love the.
It's a great atmosphere.
It is. It's awesome atmosphere. You are enthralled when you pass it, just like Germany. But that's probably why they made it come after Germany, because
that's a great pavilion. I agree with it. Now, if I put Mitsukoshi because I know I do that, but you're right. The entire pavilion is something I always pop into.
Absolutely.
It's just, I just love it. I just love it.
Like there are some like Norway. I could, my daughter wants to ride Frozen, and we have a fast pass where we have whatever. Cool, but I don't need to linger in Norway.
Right.
There are certain pavilions. Canada, you're not lingering in Canada. Japan's one of those places where you linger for a while.
No, I agree with that because it's like no matter where you are in World Showcase, you hear those drummers. You hear Matsuritsa playing, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get over there. So it's always in your ear regardless of what pavilion you're in. So you're just like thinking in the back of your head, it's like, all right, Japan, I'm going to get there eventually. You're working your way through, and it's like, all right, here I am. I'm hanging out. And the drummers are playing. I got to check that out. Oh, they got sushi. Let me get a little, I can get a little sake here. Oh, they got fans. They got all these Japanese snacks.
I always fly by China just because I can see, just because I want to get to Japan. It's like Japan's coming right up. I can stay here, but they really don't have a signature drink. They really don't have a real. Let me get to Japan.
And China's sitting there with their arms crossed like, what the over there? What the hell? I'm gonna invade them.
Is this awesome place to visit at Epcot? Hey.
Awesome place.
Hey. Same.
All right, Lee, you're up.
All right, so I'll stick with the food theme here, and I'm going to say that one of my must-dos is Space 220.
Really? After one
I thought
visit?
you hated that place.
After one visit?
I thought y'all paid that
Just kidding. That place sucks.
Oh.
Hey, that was good. They didn't eat
Oh,
food.
man.
They got me, boy. That was good.
My testicles got sucked up into my body. I'm
I was
sorry.
about to say, this show's about to get a little bit interesting.
I thought it was because you could dine with a Mike Chapek? Was it Bob
Chapek.
Chapek?
Bob Chapek.
Oh, Mike Chapek.
Michael is an
impersonator.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his cousin on the
Yeah.
mama side.
You can
Twice
dine with him.
removed.
That's removed.
All right, so what is it for real, Lee? What is it for real?
You got us. Yeah,
Yeah, you got us good.
That's nice.
All right, so for real, one thing I love to do is have a gelato right outside on the lake there, the World Showcase Lagoon. Sit back on the stairs and just enjoy some gelato right outside the Italy Pavilion. And I used to really like that right before Illuminations. And, you'd have that ice cream and you'd be waiting for Illuminations and you'd just enjoy that show. So I'm not sure if that is going to be a must-do for me going forward. Hopefully, maybe just to still have the gelato, not necessarily to see the fireworks, but I like that area, and I like just to chill out on those stairs and have some, because you get ice cream anywhere. The gelato's a little better.
Yeah,
it's a little
Lee,
different.
It sounds a lot like your Plaza one.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like if you listen back to our Magic Kingdom episode, Lee talked about getting ice cream from the plaza and just hanging out in those little tables and stuff and chilling out. And you're doing the same thing with
man.
gelato.
It's like you've been walking and it's the end of the day and you're waiting for the show, and it's like, man, here's a good spot to sit down and relax, and let me have some ice cream, and in this case, gelato.
I dig it.
And again, it's like you don't find gelato as many places in Disney if anywhere else. Is it anywhere else? I'm not really sure.
No, I mean, it should be in
Pavilion.
Italy. I mean, you can find it in New Orleans. You can go to Angelo.
No.
Picato's and
I'm
find
saying
it.
like in Walt Disney World, is there any place that really has gelato? Maybe some of the Italian restaurants would have it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd have to really kind of look into some of the
Not as easy to find as ice cream. You can get ice cream everywhere.
it's identifiable.
Yeah,
with,
you
no
know.
doubt.
Yeah, you can get it there.
So yeah, it's kind of the same thing, man. I just like to hang out and relax and take a load off.
Love it, man. Love it. All right, E, back to you, sir. What's your next one?
I may as well go to my last one because I already said.
why don't we skip it because he had Japan.
Oh, okay, he's in
for the
Japan.
record-
So Japan too is also
Just so
in
we
the
can all
list.
catch up.
Yeah,
and do the last one.
for the
Okay.
record, it was watching the drummers in Japan.
All right.
Like watching that whole performance there in the Japan
So the actual
pavilion.
performance in
All right.
Japan.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, cool.
perfect.
Which
yeah.
I piggybacked and said.
So that's
but yeah.
Matsuritsu. You like watching Matsuritsu drum and all that kind of
Once
stuff.
Danny said when he piggybacked off you, I was like, yep, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
All the piggy.
So I'll
This
piggyback
piggy.
off of the whole food theme and just chilling out. And I like to go to that little cart in France called Le Vins de Chef de France, where I get that orange Grand Marnier slush.
That's your thing.
I don't care if I'm staying there and hanging out or if I'm passing by. I stop there, get one, and I'll keep walking or I stay. I have to get one of those suckers.
Okay, so my last one that I was going to pick, it was so close between this and that, but I was like, we're talking about an ideal world, so the other one won out. But yes,
This is one of them, yeah.
that is
Because we've
close.
stopped there too before.
Oh
yeah.
yes, oh
Yes.
yes. In fact, like when Eli and I went to go and see Ratatouille, and we were leaving, there was an attempt made to grab a Grand Marnier slush before we got out of there, but the line
sometimes can get
too
crazy.
damn
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, I can.
And we knew where y'all were, so we had to hurry up with the surprise.
Y'all was more important than the dessert. How about that?
Oh man! look
Hey,
at
next
that.
trip
That
we're
bad
doing it.
Oh, for sure.
But the orange
The
Grand
slush.
Marnier slush or even the Grey Goose slush, the white one is just as good. It doesn't really matter. But that little cart, and it's so very popular, I have to stop.
No, it's got to be orange. Got to be orange.
Yeah, but, yeah, right. Yeah, I agree. If I had to pick, it's got to be my orange. All right. So we skip that. All right, Danny, what you got?
Well, okay, then I'll give you what I was going to go with. Not what I was going to go with. What I went with over the Grand Marnier slush, and that's La Cava Del Tequila.
Oh, see, I remember when you and I went there on our first podcast trip. It was such an awesome time.
It was so good. The guacamole, the queso, the salsa, the margaritas. We were having such a great time. And again, the problem is can you get in there? And the answer is usually no. But if we're going with our ideal, my ideal is spending some time at La Cava del Tequila and having a lot of fun, because that is a great place. And then if you're lucky, you get that little mariachi band outside.
Yes.
I was thinking,
yes.
oh, lale.
Whole lot. Is that your number 3?
That was a whole runner up. Don't you think? As old as I am, as much as I forgot, I've never forgotten that mariachi band with that female singing.
They're good though.
Now, I don't know
She
if
was great.
I don't know if they still do the food and everything over there since COVID.
Yeah, I don't know how much people they pack in there.
Right.
Not as
Because,
much.
I mean, it's such a smaller space, and we didn't have a chance to check it out on the last trip, so I can't speak from personal experience. But
that place is so cool because it's so intimate. You know, you know, we had a standing table.
There. That's right.
Danny and I had a standing table, and they had people that joined us, and then we talked to them, and it was just a great place to hang out.
Great atmosphere, great place, and you know, again, with COVID, obviously you'd be a little bit more nervous. There was I think a spot to even sit. I mean, because I think I remember remarking to you, man, if we had a table where we could sit, we'd never leave.
Never.
What would be the point?
Never. No, we'd sit there and just that'd be the end of our day
Until we got so drunk till we
they had to roll us out of there.
pavilion.
They had to put us in one of those what do you call those little electronic scooter things with 2 wheels.
I think those are the people who climb the Mexican pavilion is the ones who get the sitting table.
It's like, damn,
who don't leave.
I think I can do it, Danny.
Go ahead, do it.
I'll be right back.
It's not me yet. Go.
Danny's sitting there for 2 hours. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
I'm out there looking, and it's like Rocky for hearts on fire, and Kevin's climbing the pyramid.
Oh, maybe 3 hours later, you go out like, where'd he go? Where the hell happened to
He
him?
climbs to the top like Mariachi. Yes.
Machete!
But it's such a perfect experience that everyone wants it, so you hardly ever get it. But when you get it, it's so awesome.
It's beautiful. No, absolutely. No, that's...
Yeah, I'm going to need to check it out. I'm really hesitant to have any kind of Mexican food outside of Texas. And
Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, but you can get...
Wait, time out.
When you're eating tacos at Jack in the Box.
Wait, Lee, even in California and Disneyland, come on, they know they're Mexican too, right?
It's different. It's California.
That's because you got your Tex-Mex.
It's different, yeah.
It's Tex-Mex, man. Y'all got a
but
different
Some
spin.
Mexican don't do that. Literally got the word taco on his
That's
shirt.
all I'm saying.
No, you
okay.
try every Mexican place when you come down here. You're like,
I'm always searching.
So you are not hesitant to look elsewhere. You just know that there's not ever going to be anything as good.
Yeah,
Which
that's it.
you're generally right about.
I get
I mean,
that.
to be fair, though, New Orleans is mostly Honduran that runs that place and stuff, or various other ones, but other than Mexican.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I was in San Antonio this week, and it's just like, oh, bam, bam, bam. I mean, you can't turn your head and not find a good Mexican place in San Antonio.
I gotta think, Disneyland's got some Mexican too.
I don't know.
I think Lee just needs to go back out to Disneyland. I'm down with that.
You gotta be thinking,
I'm all about that.
You guys gotta be thinking. I need to get a second job so I can make more money, so I can find a female mariachi singer and then just like marry her.
Oh,
She can
yeah.
just like sing songs to me forever. But then I wouldn't show up, so that'd be bad. I'm gonna fix that.
I think at Lee's house, like on the headboard, like when him and his wife are getting it on, he's got like a picture of a taco.
Oh yeah, extra filling.
Like he can't get hard unless it's.
He can't get hard. There's just some shells in there.
In his head, he's like, that's what I'm hitting.
Yeah.
Carne asada.
Guisada.
Gordita.
So raw.
Ole!
She's like, look at me. Look at me.
No, I
I
can't.
can't. It's so beautiful. It's the corn shell. Beautiful.
After we're
All
done.
right, so my second one is also semi-food related.
All right, so Lee, what is your second one, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
What you got, bro?
I need to. So for me, one of the things I've found is that for our family, we are always park hopping over to Epcot for dinner. Even if we don't spend any time in the park, 9 times out of 10, we're going to at least hop over to Epcot for dinner once or twice. It's just so many great options, and you could really eat every day of your trip there and not regret it. Just go to different countries and try different things. But yeah, man. So having a park hopper ties into me with Epcot, because either I'm going to hop over there for dinner, or we're going to open up Epcot and then leave and hop to another park. So that to me is the tie-in with Epcot, is that Epcot is the park that's going to get hopped to and hopped from the most for us.
And with the Skyliner, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy, so simple.
You could do it.
But yeah, that's it. So having the park hopper, being able to go to Epcot for dinner or leave Epcot anytime I want, that's my number 2.
Oh, so wait, you just Epcot to eat dinner, that's your must-do. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you took the whole park. So, but mostly World Showcase, or are you including Future World in that too?
Of course.
Okay. So, Lee's
I'm
second
sorry.
one.
I'm sorry. Wait, I'm still laughing over.
I know you
your
are.
stand and deliver impersonation.
I know you are.
I'm still top
Did
over the
Lee
headboard
just
thing.
take all of World Showcase's restaurants?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Wow.
He did. He took all
the restaurants.
They say Toto.
Todos
restaurantes in
Wow.
World Showcase. El Showcase del Mundo.
Tell Showcase the Mundo.
Showcase del Mundo.
He's got the
right.
gringola.
He feels it in his pelotes.
Yeah, this dude knows what he's talking about. Hey,
The tepanito.
stop it.
It has a plethora of restaurants.
Yes. Yes, sí, jefe.
Wait, time out.
Hey.
Lee, do you know what a plethora is?
Well, Jefe, perhaps I do not have your superior intellect.
Keep going. I was going to let you finish it, you know.
Oh man, no, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so your entire world.
I'm just saying, like, I need the
that.
park hopper so that I can hop to Epcot, or on my Epcot day I can hop out of Epcot.
So he's not choosing every restaurant. He's just choosing the Epcot
The World Showcase restaurant. He said he chose the World Showcase restaurants,
World Showcase restaurant.
but he needs the park hopper to do it.
I need the park hopper.
That's his must do.
So all okay.
Yeah, so all World Showcase restaurants specifically. So because I asked him about the Future World ones, would you consider the
Yeah, not
Future
so
World
much.
ones? Would you do like Coral
Not as
Reef?
much.
Okay.
Not
fair.
as much.
Okay,
I
so
mean, what
World
is there?
Showcase
Garden
definitely.
Grill?
Garden Grill, Space 220, Coral Reef.
Yeah, I don't need to go to Coral Reef either. So yeah, World Showcase.
Okay,
for
World
sure.
Showcase. All right, Eli, your third and final one, sir. We're back to that.
Oh, man, wait.
Jefe.
This is,
Jefe.
sir, senor. Oh,
What's
man.
your third one? Tercero.
Oh, yes. See,
I don't even know if that's
okay.
That's the third.
I'm going
I
to
don't
say, oh, man.
Penta El Cerro Miedo.
know. Uno, dos, tres.
Tres. Okay. So this one is mucho grande por yo. All right. So here's the thing.
Los Pollos Hermanos?
Good place.
I ain't selling nothing. Okay. Now this is the thing. I'm gonna set this up if I get.
Oh,
to
he's
it.
bringing it down. Okay.
Okay.
Break it down.
Now,
I'm
for
feeling it.
any people who are currently listening, like you just started listening to like the last, I don't know, say 50 episodes.
That's a lot.
Well, just give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay,
You know where I'm
down.
going once I
down,
get
I'm
there.
down.
Trust me.
I'm cool.
Okay, so like a while back, we used to have fans that would do introductions for us, okay? And so we had one of our listeners, Mr. Anonymous, he did an imitation of the guy from Soaring.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh, yes.
until YouTube decided
yeah.
to start flagging us every
Copyright.
time we uploaded a video.
That copyright issue, whatever.
Yeah, so it's a
Come
legal
on.
issue. So, but if you want to listen to it, it's good stuff, and you just got to go like way back. So here's the thing. So that leads me to mine, and it's Soaring. It's a cool ride in general. It's just a real chill thing, but it does have a more sentimental thing to me because during that time when the listener, Mr. Anonymous, I can say it. I can say it right.
Yeah, Mr. Anonymous.
When he did that,
You should say his name.
He knows
that's
who
why
it
I wanna
is.
make sure. Yeah, Mr.
And if he's
Anonymous, you
listening
know
out there,
what's happening.
He knows who it is.
And
He
thank
knows who
you,
it is.
because like every time now that I go there, he does such a good impersonation of Warburton's
Bucky.
Yeah.
Or not
voice.
Bucky. What's his name?
Patrick Warburton or whatever. Yeah.
Putty.
He does a very good impersonation of that. So there was a point to where I was like, this dude ain't saying our names. This is not right because I was so used to hearing that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
My dad said the same thing. Like when we were he's like, oh my God, that guy who does that voice for y'all sounds spot on.
spot on.
And it's like, really, I mean, the cameo things kind of became a necessity once YouTube started flagging every single one of his intros.
Yeah, his intros were brilliant.
Yeah.
They were.
And maybe one day he'll create one that won't be copyright flagged. But
But that was why I wanted to
But
preface
Soaring,
that.
even beyond the intro, that came this close to being on one of mine.
I figured you would have
Yeah.
said it as a
No, it almost made it because it is that ride in Epcot. Like I think it was Stephen Downs who said it, where they were like things like, if you could ride anything in Epcot, what would it be? And a lot of people were putting Remy's Ratatouille Adventure or whatever because it had just opened, and he was like, once you've experienced it, it's still Soaring. And a lot there was like, yeah, whatever, and then you do it, and you're like, yeah, it's still Soaring.
No, mine is still Soarin' too.
It's still
if I had
Soarin'.
to pick that, yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
and really, so like that was the part that put it over the top for me. But another thing is that if you go with, this is one of those rides or attractions, I should say, that when you go with someone who's never been on it,
Oh yeah.
they're fascinated after you've left, and that's really a tough thing to do nowadays. To impress someone that hasn't been on it, that was like, oh wow. So
Especially when you're going with a bunch of kids
Yeah.
to Disneyland, and they're like, "This better be worth it."
yeah, better be
Better
worth
be
it. I'm gonna punch in your gut. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I mean,
Soarin' was a crowd pleaser.
Everybody
Yeah.
loved that one.
Yeah.
Before Rise of Resistance came up, and I'll even argue maybe Rise of Resistance a combination of a bunch of different ride systems, but this was the Soarin' and Soarin' over California was the last original ride system that Disney came up with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would even go far to say it. Yeah, and that's why I say like people may argue Rise of Resistance, but to be fair, I think Rise of Resistance may be a combination of a bunch of different things. If it wasn't for a bunch of different rides that came before it, Rise of Resistance would never came to be.
That trick that they pull where you get into the shuttle and you unload.
That's a good one.
That's original. I've never seen that.
But it's not the entire ride system.
No,
itself.
you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You're right. Now I'm just saying that one twist is enough to blow your mind away.
That's the experience.
Yeah.
Everything else is like, whoa, okay.
But you hear the story about the Rector set, the Imagineer. Soarin', yeah, absolutely was probably one of the most unique ride systems that they come up with. And it is great. And it's on my want-to-do list. It didn't make my must-do, but it's on my want-to-do
No, I
list.
feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
It's close.
You had a lot to choose from.
Well, let me go ahead, Kevin, and skip just real quick because I've got
Okay.
the same one. I got Soarin'.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
yeah.
let me just go ahead and do that, and that way you guys can finish up with what you got different.
All right.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I feel you.
Soarin's
Yeah,
great.
but Soarin' made my list. I figured number one, I wanted to have at least one attraction, and as you said already, Danny, like Ratatouille is a great attraction. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it a lot. But is it something like I'm gonna do every single time? If the wait's an hour long, am I gonna do it? Probably not.
Yeah,
But I'll wait an hour.
absolutely.
I'll wait an hour for Soarin'. I'll definitely wait an hour for Soarin'.
You approach it like this: if you just bring somebody who's never been to Disney for the very first time, they've never experienced Soaring, they've never experienced Ratatouille, which one is going to blow them away?
Right, and I'm throwing Test Track in there too. I'm still doing Soarin'. I'm
I'm with you there. Yeah.
If I had to choose between those three, Soarin', and also because Test Track's broken down half the time anyway, so there's that. But
Granted, there's a better version of it in another area.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely.
I thought about that too, but I was like, can't do that. I haven't ridden on it as much. But Soarin', to your credit as well, Lee, is one of those things where if some random person already been on, I was like, hey, you just want to jump on Soarin' before we go and get something to eat? You're like, yeah. You're not. That's really one of those rare things where you're like, I've been on that too many times, man. I ain't getting on that. Man, screw that.
That makes sense.
so that made my list.
Well, it's you and I, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So to keep it within the same pavilion, I'm going to say one of my must-dos is Living with the Land.
Dude.
I got to do that attraction. I don't know why. Whenever I step in there, other than eat or Soarin', I need to do that.
You need a nap.
That's a good one.
I need to do that attraction.
You need a nap.
Oh, no. Well, I will say this. I don't know why, and maybe Kevin can speak to this, but I don't know why. But it was just better when there wasn't an automatic voice. When there was an actual guy or girl at the front of the boat with the microphone
Guiding you
through this, it was so much better than the automatic narration.
The narration,
Okay.
yeah.
Even though they didn't-
pre-recorded spiel, yeah.
They didn't go off script. Well, they did I don't know why.
They did well, but
that makes sense,
there's a
though.
personal connection. 'Cause it's the same thing with Kilimanjaro Safaris, where you have the narrator there.
Sure, there you go. Okay.
You have that every person has their own little twist, and they'll say the spiel, but they'll have their own way of doing it, and
The only
it
thing
connects
is,
you with it.
with Kilimanjaro Safaris is that you can't do an automated spiel because the automated spiel can't say, look over there to the right. There's a rhino, or like
Exactly.
it might not be there. But
It can't adjust to the variables that they have on the Safaris.
There
Look,
you
a
go.
tree.
Exactly.
that's pretty much
Like
what
we
you
have
said.
to stop here because there's a giraffe
Right.
sitting in our way.
somewhere on their right, there might or might not be a giraffe.
I hope you see it. Maybe it's camouflage.
It might or might not be a female.
But it's having that human element connecting with you, like the Jungle Cruise. They
Sure.
probably could automate the Jungle Cruise.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
but they don't because
There's a human-
that brings a question too. It's like, why automate Living in Land but not the Jungle Cruise when essentially you could do it, and it probably because for that same reason there's that human connection with everybody telling the jokes and saying it, and there's a live human saying it other than you listening to a pre-recorded spiel that just makes Living in Land just even that much better. But yes, to your point, I agree it was better with a live narrator.
Well, it was like the buses were so much better when the bus driver had a live microphone and could say whatever he wanted to say. When they started saying, nope, you can't just talk.
That's best
It
enough.
started to suck, yeah.
no,
Last
I agree.
time I had human interaction on that ride was when Sean stood up and stopped it. So I'm glad you
Sir,
love
please sit down.
it. Yeah, I'm glad you love it. But yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
I like living with them. Yeah, I like seeing the vegetables, the hydroponics. Takes me
Okay.
back to my childhood. Just seeing that sand, the sand on the ground just makes me happy.
So it's like an inner child connection for you.
There
right?
is. There's nostalgia, inner child. There's everything.
It's old
to it.
Epcot. It's all that.
Exactly. It's old
Okay.
Epcot. That's one of the living relics from back in the day because the Lord knows a lot of that stuff has changed now. But this is one of the things that's still held on. Aside from the pre-recorded narrator, it's still what I remember when I was little.
Yeah, no.
Okay, now
100%.
that. Okay, thank you, Kevin, for clarifying that, because that I could feel. Because otherwise, like, man, look, if you want to take a quick nap while having a soda, that makes sense. But it spoke to you.
9 times out of 10, there's a short line for it too,
Yeah, because it. All right, I ain't touching.
and I
that.
could just go into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. And sometimes there's a long line, but it goes quick.
you just want to burn.
Dave, I don't think I've ever seen the fill up those switchbacks in a long
Since
time.
Fast Pass Plus, it was. Remember, I'll never forget.
That was yeah. I know.
In the original days of Fast Pass Plus, it was quicker to just go through the standby line than to go through the Fast Pass Plus line.
No, and we did that when it was the first podcast trip. Danny went through the standby line. I went through Fast Pass, and he was there waiting for me.
and that was when we knew it was like, this is all nonsense. It's like how they and sure enough, over time, you watch as that standby line got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like, how are they? And that's how I knew those lines were artificially inflated, those numbers, because it used to be just a walk-on attraction. But
Yeah, I remember back in the days when Epcot was first around, those switchbacks were full, big time. Nowadays, no, not anymore. You had the standby line, which did get bigger, and then you had the Fast Pass line. But when it was just straight up standby, I mean, it was packed almost every time. Cool. So what's your last one, sir?
my last one is one that I've never been to,
Interesting.
but I've been to it, but I haven't. So it's kind of crazy, but it is a must-see every time I'm in that park.
Well, sir, consider my curiosity tickled.
It used to be located right by the entrance of the park, and I had to stop by there every single time I went there. And it used to be located in a couple different parks. And Eli and I tried to go when we were in Magic Kingdom, and they told us they had moved a lot of the stuff that we were looking for over to where Belle is, over by with story Enchanted Storytime. What's the name of the shop? I'm blanking.
Where at? In Magic Kingdom?
In Magic Kingdom, in New Fantasyland, like I'm calling it New Fantasyland. It's not new anymore. But I
All
mean,
the fantasy land,
The newer part of
Enchanted
Fantasyland.
Tales. Or something.
Yeah.
there's a Bell shop over there, and some of the stuff was relocated over there. And so where it used to be is gone. If you go to the Hollywood Studios, where it used to be is gone. The only other place that exists would be in Disney Springs.
I was gonna say yes. Okay.
And I'm talking about the Art of Disney store.
Oh, yeah.
The Art of Disney store in Epcot used to be a must stop for me. And now it's located in the American Adventure. And I haven't been to it since it's been relocated into American Adventure. But I used to stop by there every single time when it was right there by the entrance, right to the right when you would walk in. That is just a must-see. I have to check out the new artwork. I have to check out the new sculptures. I have to check out if they have any new books. I have to, even though, again, now so much of this stuff is located on, like, I know new books before they even come out. I have to go in there. I have to check out. I have to bring home at least one art piece. Fortunately for me now, my wife, like, I don't even have to buy anything anymore because my wife just, hey, here's Mr. Toad. Here's a Haunted Mansion bus. Like, she just buys stuff like that all the time.
That's
now.
awesome.
Like, as you can tell by this man cave, we're running out of room. Like, there's nothing else in here to hang.
Yes, indeed.
But a lot of this stuff was bought at the Art of Disney store. The Haunted Mansion stuff right there.
Killer.
For sure.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, the Mr. Toad, that was bought at the Art
We still have the
Disney
50th
store.
poster on the floor.
50th poster.
There's no room, yeah.
Right, there's just no room. The partner statue right over there. All the, what do you call it? The Main Street.
Main Street
What do you
figurine
call it? It starts with an
diorama.
O. I can't. No, it starts with an O. There's an artist. I can't remember the guy's name.
Orgasmic looking things.
That thing. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Great artist.
Everything there. I always end up picking up at least one piece from there.
That's freaking awesome.
I want to rename myself to Orgasmic Looking Thing to Artist.
Orgasmo.
Orgasmic looking thing. So OLT, the olt.
Old.
You were the olt.
The old school
We're not
old.
old. Wait, we were not old people. We're olt.
We
people.
olt. I
We're
like
old
it.
people. I love it.
But I tell you what, if I knew Art of Disney was open in American, like we would have spent our last, like Eli and I spent our last night in Magic Kingdom. We still had extra magic hours. We could have gone to Epcot. If I would have known that, I would have gone there because I always make it a point to do that.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that discussion of our 3 must-dos in Epcot. If you want to learn more about us, Magic Our Way Podcast, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your 3 must-dos in Epcot, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call or send us a text message. Yes, I did say text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEN. That's 1-815-
Mo Weekend
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple guys do things outside of the podcast. Eli does things with comics. How did he get those comics, sir?
Yes, you can always go to your loving browser and hit.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Why have you left me out? I'm used to doing this thing because I did Deadpool Day.
I'm so sorry, Rob.
Hold that.
I'm so sorry.
You guys. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Deadpool said to.
What's your name?
Eli.
What a great name.
Great name.
Eli Ivory. Huh?
Eli said.
You know what I'm here? I'm here to talk about you.
Me?
You.
Thank you.
I'm here to say, check out Ivory Comics. That's right. You. Check out Ivory Comics.
At the Audubon Zoo.
IvoryComics.com. You're right. IVORYCOMICS.
They all ask for you.
That's it. Me.
And if you don't, you're missing out. You're missing out.
You're missing out.
Missing out. Latest book I did, Savage's comic, cannot be beat.
Cannot be surpassed.
You should check it out for yourself. Because you know the story. It's
All about the glory.
So congrats to me and the Ivory Comics that I'm working on. And the fact
Ivory.com.
yeah, I got everybody talking. I'm so sorry, Rob, that I left you out of this. But you, Rob, are the whole package. All the stuff.
Nothing but
Thank
the
you.
package.
I was going
Yes.
to call my lawyer because you left me out.
I
Just
just
to be in this.
don't do that. I don't make that much off of it. But if your lawyer wants to reach me, he can find me at facebook.com/Eli H. Ivory, and hopefully he's a bot, so I have to talk to him. But if he's a real person, he wants to sue me, I'm definitely not talking to him. Absolutely. But look, and again, on the Ivory Comics website, you get a link to the Magic Our Way podcast. Never miss an episode. Yeah, you can see what else I got.
I don't know. I'm contacting my attorney.
Don't do it, Rob. Don't
Bottomless
do
Prime.
it.
IvoryComics.com.
Bottomless Prime is going.
I'm about to be sued. I can't say that.
What about your Twitter? You
Oh,
said,
yeah.
what's your Twitter?
Facebook.com/Project Gage. You can see stuff, so that way if you want to sue me for that one, because I almost got an option for a movie, but I think the people were bots. So there's a lot happening to me in life right now. So Instagram, I'm right there, EIV504. And of course on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, you just bringing me the gladness, and I'm really happy. That was kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
And look, guys, if you're not sure about your must-dos in Epcot, you can book a vacation with Lee so that you can figure out your 3 must-dos. Lee, how do they book with you, sir?
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. You can find me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no.
Hasselvika.
And guys, look, there's so many ways to support the show, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. You can also go to patreon.com/magicourway, and you can elevate your support right there. And look, we thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from you guys. So all opinions are always welcome to Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. Mohegans, We say Quaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Far fig Newtons.
Hey, this is Kevin from the Magic Our Way podcast. When Calgon can't take me away, Matt had a